going on, guys? Jurassic here. Today we're playing Stranded Deep. So we're going to be starting our solo adventure here and see how far we can actually get by ourselves. It should be a little bit easier to survive, so let's go and get on into it.
This is your captain speaking. We are about 5,000 miles away from our final destination. Thanks again for flying with this airline. It really does appreciate us. We're going to be heading into some turbulence, so make sure you stay buckled up. Don't freak out. We may or may not be a little bit into crashing sequence. Just hold on tight, we'll be fine. So there's going to be a flotation device underneath your seat. Try your best to actually survive. I'm going to try to take it now nice and easy, but we might be having a little bit of some turbulence here. Don't freak out. I know there's a hole in the airplane, but we got this.
Buddy? You alive in there? Hold on. So let's see, is there anything that we can actually acquire inside the planes? Looks like some pair of glasses here. Are we able to go meet the captain? Oh, I thought his body was in there last time. Okay, so the captain must have actually made it on the outside then. We got this little raft around over here. Let's see what we can actually do. So hold on, so let's get over to the raft. Day one. Alright, eat it, pick up the paddle to the life raft. Alright, so hold on, so let's see. Grab the paddle. Grab the paddle. Nice. Alright, so all you gotta do is hold E to operate. Now we're able to basically paddle over to this little island. We're going to try to explore most as we can on this little island, but we're probably going to need to move around over into a new place relatively quickly. So we are going to try to get everything up. We should be able to craft our basic knife, get some food, get all that fun stuff in here. We're probably not going to have too much storage. There is that boat over there to the right though, so we are going to be doing that next. Now that we're moved to the island, we're just going to hold E to attach our hook, hop off the raft, drag along like a so. Hopefully we don't sit there and flip it over, but basically if you look at the beach, you can actually see where the water has been flowing the most, so you can sort of tell if it would be dragged away from like a high tide or something. So you want to try to put it over here in the very bright spot, sort of like so. Now we start off, we want to look for a knife, click on C, it's going to pull up our crafting menu. We're going to guess our survival stone. There we go. Now if we get a second one, we're actually able to do the same thing with this guy. Create two of these guys. Well, we won't necessarily need it just quite yet, but that'll be for later on. All right, so anything that says yucca tree, you want to go and start harvesting it. That way we can get some fibrous leaves. The plan here is to make our survival knife. We're going to get some food, all that fun stuff set up. That way we won't have to worry about that later on. Coconuts are going to be used for water at the time being until we're able to progress enough to where we can get to better solutions. But for now, that's as good as we got. Alright, so let's see. We're going to root around, get all the fibrous leaves, and we should be good on this island. Alright, so now that we have the fibrous leaves, we need the lashing. Now we're able to use the lashing to make the refined knife. Refined knife should be good to go. So let's see here. So let's go and swap this back down. Grab you just in case we need you for later on. So let's see. So we got the survival knife. Now, is there anything else that we should probably make right now before we leave? So we should probably get some kindling. That way we just have the bare minimum. And possibly start working on like the crude axe, for example, because some of the stuff is relatively easy in a stone spear. Spears we're not high enough level for yet, so we're going to try to get some levels up. There is a shipwreck over around the other side of this island here, and that should give us a little bit of items too that we can actually salvage from. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but in the last video, you don't actually have to climb the trees. If you just jump up, you can click E and grab it. That way you're a little bit more safe instead of having to risk falling down to your death. Inside the water though, you want to make sure you're super careful not to step on anything poisonous, because poison inside this game is going to be a very big deal until we get a little bit further inside. That way we can actually craft some antibiotics and be able to survive it. SPF is also going to be a deal here, so if you click F, you're able to scroll through your watch, see all your different stats, and you can also see where your crafting everything's actually at. So we got some tires around over here, so hold on, so let's open up the door. Let's see, it looks like there's going to be a little bit of an air pocket here. Nice! Alright, so we got us a vehicle fuel part. That's going to come in handy. What's about to you? We got some cloth. Barrels we can actually interact with. Is there anything else inside of here? It looks like we got a container. Vehicle filter part, we got a flare and a fishing spear. Nice! That way we can actually get some food rolling. Alright, so we got the rest of that all set. So those guys are all empty. We got a container. We can just click E to pick it up and we'll search through that container later on. So hold on, let's go and open up this door. See what we can do now. We do have some sardine fish right here where it's nice and safe, so we might actually pull out our fishing spear and just come over here and boom. Okay, so that fish you can't actually get. What about the sardine? There we go. We got some food to go home with, at least. All right, so grab two of these guys. They don't seem to be going too fast, so may as well grab them while we're here. Well, now that we've made it back to shore, is there a way to actually get the fish off of there? There we go. So let's go and drop the spear, drop the fish. Let's see, is there anything else that we need to do right now? So we got one stone tool. We're going to need to get to any other rock in order to get the rest of that stuff going. Looks like the game wants us to skin a crab, so we are going to search around the beach for that. Now, I don't think you can actually find like better clothing items or anything that's in the game to like actually help you with like the heat and everything. So for now, our SPRF is looking decent, so we're just going to run around. So we got some birds around over here. We got another rock. Rocks are definitely going to be a main resource that we need to make sure we're looking out for. Same with the cloth. All right, so our inventory's full, but we are going to be able to pick up a whole bunch of these little stones here. We're going to be able to utilize these later on. So let's see here. All right, it's not enough room in the inventory, so we're going to craft one more stone tool. Then we should be able to automatically craft us a crude axe. Alright, so the axe is going to be placed down on the ground since our inventory was full. That's going to free up some space though, so we're good to go in that regard. We got this little poor crab around over here, so we're just going... I didn't realize the fishing spears would actually kill the crabs too. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's grab this. We got the crab around over here. Drop this bad boy down. We need to pull out our knife. So let's see. So select the knife. Hold E to skin. Be able to make us some dinner now. Sweet. Alright, craft a campfire, craft kindling, light the campfire using the kindling, cook the crab meat by attaching to the campfire. Alright, so let's see. We haven't actually made the kindling or anything like that yet. I think we got majority of the stuff around here done though. I've been trying to do as much as we can during the daylight. That way we don't have to sit around too much in the darkness. Now, how's our water doing? Looks like we're a little bit low, so all you gotta do is come over here, smack the coconut a couple times. Now it's gonna be a drinkable one. Drop the knife down right there, just so it's a little bit clearer. Grab the knife back and we're good to go. Alright, now let's see. Let's get over here to the shade and work on the rest of this stuff. Alright, so let's see. So we'll place the campfire down around over here, and all we gotta do now is use the kindling to light it. So you want to tab into your kindling, hold E on the campfire, and basically all you have to do is click the left and right click on the mouse. That way you can spin the stick fast enough so that way we can light us a fire. Now it says attaching to the campfire. Last time we were just sort of setting it on top of it, so we might have been doing like a little bit of a cheat. So let's see here. We got plenty of food around here though. So we got us our little meats, we got some sardines, we got a whole bunch of stuff around here. Oh, looks like the sardines you actually have to skin too. I didn't realize that. Hold on here. Let's see, so let's chop up all this stuff. We'll be able to cook up a whole bunch of meat. We got some water from the coconuts, and we're actually looking pretty good so far. We got food, we got water. We don't have any shelter for the time being, but I mean, if push comes to shove, we can always sit there and flip the raft over on top of us, because I mean, technically it is a free shelter wherever you go. Alright, so cook the crab meat by attaching it to the campfire. So let's see here. So hold E to attach. Was that there last time? I don't think that was there, because last time I just sort of like dragged it on top and cooked it. Sort of like that. That seems to be the easiest way to get like two things going down. Cut down a palm tree with an axe, chop down the leaves into palm fronds, craft a shelter so you can sleep. Alright, so that's going to be cooking, so we're just going to pick that back up, that way we don't lose it. Hold the axe. Now instead we need to attack a main little tree here. So we're looking for one of the bigger guys. Okay, so chop down a palm tree with an axe. We want the palm fronds, so let's just come around over here. Looks like it is starting to get to nighttime, so let's see what we can actually do. Now, this episode might be a little bit faster than with co-op, since it is a lot easier to survive by ourselves. Now, if you guys are curious, if you're playing this at home, you can technically drag an entire tree with you. It's sort of a little bit of a cheat, but you know, the fact that we're on very limited light and everything around here, we're definitely going to try to utilize it to our advantage. So we're just going to drag the tree around over here, that we can see what we're doing. All right, so let's see. So it wants to craft a shelter. So it looks like we need some more sticks and a little bit more lashings, and we should be good to go. Now the wood logs, we should be able to break the log apart, turn it into one single log, and then actually be able to craft that log into sticks, if I remember correctly. There we go. Nice. A bunch of sticks here for free. Alright, so we got all that stuff built. Let's see here. So we want to place down the shelter, so you can hold C and do a quick craft instead of going inside the menu. Place it down like a circle. Now we need to craft a water still, all that fun stuff. There is some food over here though. Is this thing cooked already? Yep. Press E to bring that up. So hold on, grab this. Now then, do you have to have the meat inside of your hand? Is that what it was to attach it? Oh, that's interesting. So let's see. So it looks like if you hold E, you can decide to save the game or we can sleep. So we're going to save it and go to sleep. I'm assuming we should wake up in the daytime and see if we can actually craft us a still next. Cooking has leveled up. Nice. All right, so whenever you wake up, it looks like your fire is automatically going to be put out. The good news is we got plenty of kindling here. Campfire is out of fuel. I didn't even know they needed fuel. All right, so hold on. So we got a wood stick. Hold E to refill. Nice. Okay, so if you go through the night, it looks like the campfires are going to burn out. They don't normally burn out though. They normally do their own deal as long as you just run around. So I'm guessing sleeping probably does go like 8 hours inside the game. See here, so we are going to need a couple sticks and everything to light all that stuff up, but that way we can actually see what we're doing around here in the early morning. So let's see, is this the cooked meat or is that the small fish? Small, let's see, drop all that stuff. So that's the cooked meat, that's cooked meat, that one still needs to be cooked. Nice. All right, so hold on, so how's our watch doing? So we need to eat all of these basically. So we'll grab this, attach that to the fire. By the time that guy is cooked, we should be good to go. Now let's see. So if we go back into our menu, what do we need for water still? So we need a tarp. We got that. We got the rocks, lashing, and the coconut thing is the only thing we don't know how to do necessarily. All right, so let's see. So let's grab the axe back out. We got most of our supplies over next to the beach where the raft was. That way we don't lose everything. So let's see. Grab all that stuff. Get a couple more leaves. Nice, we have enough to craft the lashing. I didn't think we were going to be able to do it, but we got this bad boy. Place you on the ground. Since we're kind of full in inventory space, we're good now, so we can pick that up. We got the sticks. So there's a whole bunch of plants and everything around over here, and even playing scraps that we got around the island here. So we got a raft here. The good news is it has not gone away. If you do not drag it up high enough, it can actually go out into the ocean. Looks like the majority of our stuff stayed, so we put them all in a good place here. So let's see, we're going to place a whole bunch of our sticks down. We're starting to get a little bit of item collection around over here. Yeah, quit yelling us. Alright, so let's see, we'll just make a little bit of a stick pile there, free up some space in our inventory here. So let's see, what do we actually need for the still? So we come back inside of the little main crafting menu here. So we need a coconut flask. This is the only thing that we actually need to do. Alright, so if you guys are wondering how to make a coconut flask and you're kind of lost here, if you click C, it's going to pop up the building menu, and there's actually another tab here that was completely hidden. So we need a standard coconut, so we don't actually want to have one that's opened already. So hold on. Good news is we actually have a few around over here that we didn't open, so let's just grab one of these guys, click C again, come over into the consumables, make a coconut flask, boom! And that should be the last requirement we need for our water still, right? So we need lashings and a tarp. We got the tarp around over here, so it looks like we are going to need to search around for a couple more fibrous leaves. Hopefully we got enough on this island, and then we should be able to actually get some water stuff and things. Oh, there's a yucca tree. This should be enough right here in the middle. So these guys are sort of all going to drop around, oh, in the bushes and stuff. We have a couple right now, but that should be the last bit that we needed. So let's get out. There's a little bush here. Head over to our little shelter. We got a little bit of fruit around over here, so we'll grab that real quick. Click C, make our last lashing that we need to. That has been stored inside of your inventory. So let's see. So let's run around over here. And I think we needed to grab the claw. So let's see. So let's come inside of our inventory. Is there something we can drop right now that we don't necessarily need to have on us? The yucca fruit. I'm assuming we can eat that, and so we were going to do that later on. Let's see. So let's grab the cloth. And the rest of that should be good. So let's run over here to our little base where we're keeping the food, and we may as well store the water right next to it. So it is going to need some sunlight though. I don't know if it's too important inside the game, so we might try to stick it like in between this little bush area here. So let's see. So let's come over into this tab, and we need to pick up the rocks. All right, so let's see. So let's come over here, go back into the menu, place down the water still. Want to do it somewhere, probably looking over next to that area should be fine, right? Boom. There we go. Hold E to drink. So basically you're going to need a whole bunch of palm fronds down here in the bottom there, and we should be good. So let's see, is there anything that we can actually tear down relatively quick and easy? Like this guy's got a coconut on him, so we might sit there and get that tree, but I think there was a couple down this way. Alright, so now that we got the palm tree cut down, all you gotta do is come over here to the fronds, sit there and specifically try to chop these guys off of the tree, and they should break relatively quickly. If you're using an axe, you'll get a little bit of extra damage in here. We are going to be doing it right in the middle of the sunlight, but we should be fine. Just grab all the palm fronds, head back over here to the camp still guy, and then we should be able to fill it up. So let's see. So you want to put them inside of your inventory. Hold E to add to the fire, and we should be good to go. Now this is going to be passive, so basically the water is going to fill up on the tarp, come down, get burned up, and then it's going to eventually have purified water inside the flask. As you guys saw, it's going to be slowly dripping inside of there, so it just takes a little bit for it to work, but we should be good to go. Now I'm wondering, are we able to sleep during the nighttime, or daytime rather? You can only sleep at night. That kind of stinks. See, if you were trying to survive in this sort of environment, I feel like if you went to bed right now and woke up and did majority of your stuff at night, especially when there's no predators around, if you're trying to like go out in the water and swim around, then do that during the daytime, because you don't want to sit there and do it during the prime shark hour. But right now is a very good time to sleep through the day. That way you're not going to be dealing with like the harshness of the sun and everything. And then you're able to just, you know, craft up your shelter, build up a whole base and stuff, and then next morning head out, and before the sharks get all hungry, get your fish and you're good to go. Oh, nice. And our water still's already worked. Sweet. So just come over here, drink the water. All right, guys, we're actually going to end that off here for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for hanging around with the series.